Okay, so let's move on to the first thing here, which is learning what I call meandering. Now, you may have heard me talk about this before, but it's really, really important to the creative process that you're going to be getting into here. Now, what happens is generally when we're learning how to play a scale, like let's say we're learning how to play E minor pentatonic. So we set our metronome and we're going like this. Okay, which is great. We want to do that. We set the metronome, we go up and down and all that sort of thing. Meandering is not that. And generally, it is not going to be as fast as that because it's not a pre-designed route where you're going up and down the fretboard. You are now going to try and get creative. And here's what happens. There's really three things that you work on with meandering. Number one, it tests how well you see your fretboard, whatever it is you're trying to see, pentatonic, diatonic, one position, three positions, whatever. The second aspect is how well you can play, how well your fingers synchronize. And the third part of this is how well you can get creative with those first two things, what you're seeing and what you're capable about playing. So if you think about it, instead of just going like this, up and down, just over and over, I'm not trying to do that. What I am trying to do is move in and out and back and forth and up and down. Just whatever I can think of. So once the metronome begins, there's a couple of rules. First rule is you can't stop. You can't stop, okay? If you run out of ideas, chances are the metronome is too fast because you're running on autopilot. You're not trying to do like patterns per se. You're just trying to move around back and forth, up and down, and see if your eyes and your brain and your fingers can just kind of move back and forth at the tempo that you choose. It's really, really cool, but it takes a little while. So the first rule is you can't stop. The second rule is if for some reason you do get stuck, your brain gets stuck in some sort of, hiccup, what you want to do is, let me see where I'm at here. We'll try, I think that says 138 on the metronome. It's hard to see with my glass or my contacts, but if you do get stuck, you just play the same note over and over and over until you're ready to go again and you kick out. But if you find that you keep getting stuck like that and you keep playing the same note, you're going too fast. You need to slow it down. So human nature is almost always we go too fast. Everybody, me, everybody. So the trick here is just to set that metronome. I'm going to play eighth notes to this beat, dot, 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 and I'm just going to try and meander. 1, 2, ready, go. I mean, literally just anything. So it doesn't have to make rhyme or reason. It's not soloing at this point. It's just, can you synchronize these three elements? What you can see, what you can play, and the creativity of moving around and making up something new. It's really, really important to your practice. It's a very cool thing. Then what I can do is I can move into doing some other positions if I know other positions. So let's say I was going to do the first position of minor pentatonic and then the fifth position of minor pentatonic or something like that, right? So I set this, again, same thing, at whatever tempo I need, and now I start going. Just over and over and over, just trying to do something like that, okay? And then maybe I'm working on diatonic, right? So I'm playing E minor. So I've got, all these notes. So now all of a sudden I set my metronome and I start trying to make up something using all those notes. See? I can pick them, I can hammer them, I can, slide, whatever. But the point is I'm going dot, 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 just seeing how long I can last. This is a great technique to start practicing to get really comfortable and aware of your limitations on this fretboard. Because what you can see, you can work with, you can solo with, what you can truly see. But if you're like most people, the problem is you practice certain things over and over and over in your room, and then when you go to jam with somebody or whatever, you forget half the stuff you were working on. So that's what I'm going to try and help you with in this guitar course, is getting over that element and understanding to be realistic. This meandering will tell you exactly what speed you can go and get really creative, and what speeds you can go, and you're going to get a little creative, but you got to be a little careful, right? Meandering will tell you exactly those kinds of things if you pay attention, if you practice, if you listen to your abilities as you're playing, not just how fast can you set the metronome and can you move it up, every day faster than it was yesterday. It isn't about whether it's faster than yesterday, it's just whether or not it's better than yesterday. Are you more confident? Are you clearer? Can you play cleaner? Right? All of these different kind of things. So that's the first step, is just getting used to this meandering concept.